Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be discussing um, the imminent altcoin breakout, uh, continuation of the rally that we've been experiencing so far. Um, any way you want to call it, something very, very cool is happening with the Bitcoin dominance that makes me believe that is the case. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. Well, here we are. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart. So it is a chart that's measured in a percent. So currently, right now, the Bitcoin market cap in comparison to the entire total market cap of the entire space accounts for about 59.76%. This is the weekly chart. So every candle is represented by a week. This white line here is moving average, the 140-week moving average. Why is this moving average significant? Well, we see from the last altcoin bubble, if you want to call it that, we hit this line as resistance, or sorry, as support for the Bitcoin dominance chart. And we rallied and we saw a Bitcoin rally happen. It topped out at about, it wicked up as high as 73.46 or so. And here we are coming back down. We made contact at the 140 week. It got pretty dicey for a while. But the past 3 weeks have been down. So Bitcoin dominance has been depleting. The strength of the market cap is depleting in comparison to altcoins. So what does that mean? That means that altcoins have been rallying to some degree, outpacing Bitcoin. Here we are at 59.75%. We've been at this level before. We wicked down to that level on the week of February 8th, as well as the week after that, as well as 4 weeks ago on the week of March 8th. And so here we are again. We're back in this range here that I would call like a potential support for the dominance. We want to see it go lower. But when we see these past 3 weeks, folks, and it is Thursday, tomorrow is Good Friday. It is a holiday in North America, and so you could expect lower liquidity, um, less price action for the upcoming Friday as well as the weekend. So in essence, we might potentially, this is around the area where we might close for the week. What does this mean? Well, the past 3 weeks show a depletion of the dominance and a clear breakout, if you want to call it one, a clear decisive move on the dominance chart. Now, we were looking for some kind of decisive move, whether that's to the upside or the downside, but in this case, it's into the downside, which makes me believe that an altcoin rally is soon to be coming. Now, soon can be next week, 2 weeks from now, in a month. We simply don't know, but we should see one in the short term. I believe we should see a continuation of this dump of the Bitcoin dominance. But how are we going to get that decisive move? How are we going to see the dominance drop like a rock, much like we saw in the month of January? Well, that would be on Ethereum. And to be frank, the other top 10 cryptocurrencies, but Ethereum would be the main one that we should see a move from. And I've been talking about an Ethereum move for the longest time. We've been riding down this symmetrical triangle that was resistance turned into support now, and here we are making a clear a breakout of sorts and what seems to be a bounce. Now, we had something like that happen before in the first week of March. Ethereum rallied against Bitcoin 8%, and we subsequently bled and dropped it back down, losing all those gains. So don't think that this is a for sure bet, but the difference between March 1st and the last week of March is shown in the dominance. So the first week of March, We saw this move here, and we didn't have necessarily a decisive move past the 140-week moving average. Um, but this is, I think this is more of a clear indication of that happening. The moving average is going to continue to come up. Obviously, it might taper a bit, but we should see it rise incrementally over the next few weeks. And so the distance between us, even if we stay where we are, the distance between us and the moving average gets greater and greater, which makes me think that this time is different. This time with Ethereum is different, and this is more likely a move to the upside. That's my that's my interpretation of the charts. You might have a different interpretation, and that's completely fine. But I feel like I've been shouting to the rooftops about this. I mean, I just sold a portion of my V chain um, back into Ethereum in preparation for this move. So that's that's kind of where I stand, and that's not to discount other coins. They most likely will rally as well with Ethereum, but they most likely will not be they will not be outpacing Ethereum. They might be outpacing Bitcoin, but they will not be outpacing Ethereum. And that's just my general thought on that. When Ethereum moves, it's kind of there's a reason why it's number two in terms of market cap. It has the same kind of qualities as Bitcoin when it starts rallying. When Ethereum starts rallying, every other altcoin tends to sit by and bleed against its valuations against Ethereum. We see that with coins like Cardano. When Ethereum moves up, Cardano against Ethereum tends to bleed down, and VeChain as well. So you could probably I don't know if there's much, but like you could probably flip Link against Ethereum or Uniswap against Ethereum, and you'll see that when Ethereum starts rallying, they start bleeding against Ethereum. And so you might be okay because your altcoin positions are outpacing Bitcoin, but do know that Ethereum is going to be the one leading the charge, and Ethereum most likely will be outpacing your altcoin positions. Um, and in conclusion, that's why you should have a portion of your portfolio in Bitcoin and in Ethereum, because when those two coins run, all coins tend to sit by and watch, and their valuations against those two assets tend to bleed. And so, if you want to maximize your returns and mitigate risk, holding those two coins as well as certain select altcoins is probably the best approach you can have. Again, this is not financial advice. You might have a different perspective. You might be all in on Cardano, in which case that's great. You're actually probably doing very, very well right now because of the recent move up of Cardano. Like, I'm not going to discount that Cardano is a terrible asset. I mean, it's been the poster child of this entire bull market. I would say it has outpaced every single asset in the top 100. I think by a wide margin, up 6,666% from the dump of March of last year. That's pretty impressive. However, you do expose yourself to risks. And if you hold 100% in Cardano, you're exposed 100% of the risk of holding Cardano. If you hold multiple coins, you mitigate that risk to some degree. But that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. Keep an eye on the dominance. Keep an eye on Bitcoin too, because if Bitcoin starts moving up, then we might see the dominance come back up. But I think at this point, if we do close around this level at like 59%, then I think it becomes clear that this is the direction that we're heading towards. We're heading lower on the dominance chart, meaning all coins are gaining the momentum again. You can see that the 3 weeks dropped like a rock. And then for a number of weeks, we've been kind of moving sideways, and then we're going to drop down even further. And that would be a pretty beautiful chart to see. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.